Grant exits EastEnders, leaving behind huge scandal and a big promise. Earlier this week, the former couple rekindled their old flame and ended up in bed together. However, immediately afterwards, Sharon insisted it was a mistake and said they needed to think about Grant's brother and Sharon's ex-husband Phil Mitchell, who is currently receiving treatment in a mental health facility after a suicide attempt last week. Hurt, Grant stormed out and bumped into his old foe Bianca Jackson in the laundrette, where she was having a panic attack over her recent trauma at the hands of Twisted Reese Colwell. After he managed to calm her down, the pair reminisced about old times and some former Walford faces, putting to bed their long-running feud over Grant's late wife and Bianca's best mate Tiffany Mitchell. Grant then confessed to a shocked Bianca he had slept with Sharon, and their secret looks set to explode next week, when Sharon's rivalry with current partner Teddy Mitchell's ex-wife Nicola flares up again. But just how does this information fall into Nicola's lap? Meanwhile, Grant made plans to leave Walford, inviting Nigel Bates to come and join him in Portugal so he could care for him as his dementia worsens. He then paid a visit to his brother Phil, apologizing for not being around for him. As the brothers reconciled, Grant promised Phil he would make more effort to keep in touch going forward. There was then another emotional goodbye between Grant and Sharon at the tube station, where Nigel later arrived to tell him he would be sticking around in Walford to support Phil when he is discharged. The two men broke down in tears as Nigel said he wanted to be able to remember saying goodbye. Grant then took one last look around Walford and headed inside the tube station, bringing an end to Ross Kemp's latest EastEnders stint, but with some clues also dropped about his estranged son Mark Fowler Jr. prior to his exit. Is this really the last we've seen of Grant?
Các bạn vừa theo dõi một sản phẩm của EastEnders Trailer TV. Xin chào và hẹn gặp lại.